Hello, the way in which we have made forms attached to user tasks in Camunda has changed. Let me talk you through it. So if you were to start your process, as you normally would, not much changes. You still have a lovely user task that you can build. And of course, in this case, you're going to enter some fun book details. Those details are going to require a form. More importantly, it's going to require that we change this to a user task. So creating the form actually doesn't change too much. You would need just to go to Start, New File, Form, great stuff. We now have a bunch more elements like text where you can add some markdown. And we also have text fields, which we had before, where you can add basic variables and things that you might need in your process. One of the things that we have as well, you can see there is checkboxes, radio buttons, drop downs, and that sort of thing. In this example, we're going to use radio buttons. So in this case, we have a name of our author, we have a name of our book, and I want to give it a rating. And so we're basically going to give it 3 ratings, as well as a description. The ratings are going to be pretty obvious. They're going to be either very bad, I guess, which would be not great, which will give a number 1. Then we'll give, pretty good. That would be a number 2. And then, of course, fantastic is number 3. And as you can see on the right there, we get that populated in the form. So now the important thing is on the top right, there's an ID. Okay, that is how we're now going to link the form. So I'm going to call that book form. So unlike before where you use the actual name of the file itself, we're now going to use an ID. So in the form section now, you'll see a Camunda Forms dropdown, which is also new. And you just need to put the ID in there. And then once you deploy it, it'll register it correctly. Good idea to give the process a name as well. And that's basically it. Now you should be able to deploy via the REST API as normal, and actually it hasn't really changed where you can add the file itself, the form file, to deploy with it together. So once that's added, you can click deploy. And then in runtime, once you open up the engine, you'll see that we can then start the process instance, and immediately we'll see the form that we just built. And now, of course, a very important thing, what kind of book am I reading? Well, I'm actually reading some David Sedaris. I've read a lot of his books. He's very, very talented. And he has a new book called A Carnival of Snatchery. And I really like it, or Snatchery. Yeah, it's fantastic. So, yeah.